What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and it looks like everyone who was expecting The Witcher 4 to turn into another in a long line of girl boss games featuring Ciri was exactly right, which wasn't too hard to predict considering all the fuss that CD Projekt Red has made in the past year or so with their commitment to ESG and DEI nonsense.
Look at that. I was right. Note the lack of surprise.
I mean, look at this. Right on the CD Projekt Red website, a focus on diversity and inclusion. As we know by now, teams that put an emphasis on this sort of garbage end up losing their creativity. They're impaired by the purple-haired HR department sewer creatures that are spewing this nonsense into the company like it's a backed-up toilet. The Witcher 4 trailer dropped last night during the Game Awards, and the design of Ciri was exactly what you would expect from a company that focuses on this shit. Look at this image here of Ciri, which comes from a random Asian developer that's been making the rounds on social media. She looks like a badass while still appearing as an actual female. Now, look at this husky-looking broad here that they're gracing us with in the actual Witcher 4. She has the cheekbones of Arnold fricking Schwarzenegger.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
For some reason, all of these companies are just bound and determined to prove that men and women are exactly the same, which is why they keep putting out characters that are androgynous blobs of humanity, which appeal to nobody but the modern audience. In fairness, as I said in my video just the other day, of all the franchises that would eventually have a female character replace the male character, The Witcher would make the most sense, since Ciri was literally being groomed into this role for her entire life. But they couldn't make her look like this. Oh no, they just couldn't bring themselves to do it. CDPR has a point to prove and an agenda to enact. The jawline isn't quite as bad as, say, Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark, but those cheekbones definitely make her look like a dude. Who knew that the Witcher mutations would transform somebody like that?
I can't tell you how free I feel now that I've started identifying as a woman.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. Alright, me hearties, let's talk about the Witcher 4 trailer, which dropped last night during the Game Awards. First off, I gotta say, I really dislike cinematic trailers like this one. We aren't movie watchers, we are gamers. How about we actually see some gameplay, some actual gameplay in a video game trailer? That only seems logical, especially in a 6-minute trailer. You'd think they could include just a snippet for half a minute or so. It'd be one thing if this was just a quick little minute-and-a-half teaser trailer, but in 6 minutes, you might not even know this was a video game. You'd think this was just a part of the TV show or something. But anyhow, the inclusion of Ciri as the main character just on the face of it isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world in my mind. As I've said before, the character was sort of being groomed into this space all along. I just have some real questions about her being a Witcher. I'm certainly not a Witcher lore master, so I must confess that I don't know how this sort of thing is supposed to work, but I didn't think Ciri would be able to be a Witcher. And now, I found this comment in the trailer of the game on YouTube, which comes from someone who clearly wants this game to do well. The guy is clearly just asking good faith questions from things he's confused about, and he does a nice job vocalizing the sort of thing that I was wondering about as well. He wrote, CD Projekt has some splaining to do. How did Ciri become the first adult to survive the trial of the grasses? How are you gonna convince us that Geralt would support her taking that risk when she never needed it before? Does she not have the power of the Elder Blood after ending the White Frost? It's not just a superpower, it's her blood. She didn't just get a full blood transplant by ending the Frost. Ironically, the books wrote it so that she didn't end up being the chosen one at all, so it was just her blood. Why does she seem completely different from the Ciri we know? Ciri was going through the definition of the world on your shoulders in The Witcher 3, but still seemed to have some joy to her. This Ciri seems like she fought in Vietnam. Now, to be fair, as to that last point, this game looks like it takes place many years after the fourth game, so Ciri being world-weary isn't unbelievable or anything like that. It's just off-putting when a character that we have followed for so long suddenly goes through a bunch of big changes like that and we don't get to see what causes it. So I understand the dude's point. But this dude then goes on to say how much he loves and trusts CDPR. So, as I said, these questions that he's asking are coming from someone who genuinely enjoys the series and wants the fourth game to be a worthy follow-up. But anyhow, I have no problem with Ciri being the main character in this game at all, as a general matter. She was clearly groomed into this spot for years. It's the natural progression. I just don't understand how she would become a Witcher. It was never clear that was the direction things were going. It was only predictable in the sense that you knew this company, which used to be known for its edginess, for its anti-PC takes on things, but has now been captured by the woke corporate PC attitude. You just knew they would do anything to make sure to appeal to the modern audience. That is why they felt compelled to make sure that this character's face didn't look like this any longer. They can't have that. That is decidedly feminine. Oh no, we have to deny that the line between masculinity and femininity exists, so they transformed her into this. Now, you may remember the other day that we talked about the Geralt voice actor and how he said that he and his character would only be in this game in just a small way. He said this all the way back in August, and then just the other day he retracted what he said at a Comic-Con. This was undoubtedly at the behest of CDPR, who didn't want any details leaked, but I suspect that this will be the case. We will hardly see Geralt in the game, which will almost assuredly cause The Witcher 4 to lose some sales. Whether you agree with this or not, a lot of people are sick and tired of being force-fed female main characters in stories that were once male-centric. The thing is, and it's ridiculous that I even have to say this, but the vast majority of gamers are dudes. Yes, female gamers exist, but males are the ones who primarily play these games. And dudes are getting tired of all the catering to females that takes place in the industry these days, to the point that even a franchise which has earned a gender swap with their storyline playing out as it has, it will be rejected by a whole bunch of people. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to leave it there. What do you think of the Witcher 4 Ciri design? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.